Hello and welcome to the second episode of Bluestone Hiking. Today we are at Cooper's Rock State Forest in West Virginia. We were on a little trip this week and we'd figured we'd come down here, and yeah, we don't really have much in terms of gear, but we have some water so we can stay alive, and this gorge is like insane. You can see. It's crazy. Anyway, the view from the top was very impressive, and we just packed a few snacks. We got lunch on the way, and yes, we're gonna head down to the trail. So we're gonna head down to the river. I think it's like the only route down to the river, or whatever, or the lake, or whatever you want to call it. It's Cheat Lake and the Cheat River. Anyway, it's confusing. So we'll head down the trail, and we will see you along the way. We're on the Rattlesnake Trail. We're gonna take this to like the Red Rocks Trail or something. I forget what it's called. But anyway, Rattlesnake Trail, Underlook Trail. There's like, this is very well signed, actually. So there's tons of side paths, so I can see why they would want to sign this so well, because this is near the developed area of the forest. I get the sense that this is one of the places where near the developed area there's like tons of people. There's a lot of stuff going on, but once you get away from it, there is nobody. There's some people in the background we can hear, but that's it, and we're like probably less than half a mile from Cooper's Rock itself. So yeah, we're getting out of the developed area.
Hi everybody. You'll probably remember from our last video that we were able to find some chestnut trees when we were in the Shenandoah National Park. Well, today we found some more chestnut trees, and probably the largest example that we've run into so far as we've been hiking here on the East Coast. So why don't we go over and look at this one that was right beside the trail, about halfway down the Rattlesnake Trail, and show you what we're looking at. Okay, so you'll remember from the last video that we're looking for these hooked leaves. Okay, so this is a chestnut tree, and this one right here, right in front of us, is probably the biggest chestnut tree that we've run into so far. And if you look up, you'll see the top is way up there. And I would bet that this is probably not too far from bearing some nuts. So we're standing there to give you some perspective. Now, you'll also remember from our last video that all of our chestnut trees, they get the blight and they will die. And here's a smaller chestnut tree again, but this big one right beside it that you can see right here, this one unfortunately has already blighted and died, as you can see as we look all the way up. But again, as you're out hiking, just when you're looking for a chestnut tree, remember just a couple things. Number one, your long thin leaves with the hooks on them, and oftentimes you'll find a dead chestnut tree right beside your living chestnut trees. I wouldn't be surprised if we find a few more on the way, and so if you're out here at Cooper's Rock State Forest and on the Rattlesnake Trail, keep your eyes open.
So we just got to the intersection of the Rock City Trail, the Rattlesnake Trail, and the Ridge-Rhododendron Connector Trail. There's a map there, and there's a shelter, and there's also a trail to a picnic area, according to a sign. So anyway, we are making progress. So if you come there, you have a few maps and stuff, and there are people picnicking at the cabins. That's why we didn't record there. But anyway, we're getting closer to the river. So we're at the Rhododendron Trail connector. There's the Ridge Trail if you want to go down the Ridge Trail. So to Rhododendron Trail, and we'll take the Rhododendron Trail to the trail that goes to the beach. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. If you want to go picnic, just picnic area. Alright, so we just got to the Rhododendron Trail, and we're gonna head down the Rhododendron Trail to the river, and we will see you there. So we are now at the Mont Chateau Trail North Junction. So both of these trails, there's a Mont Chateau Trail south. Both of these trails do end up at the river or lake or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, we are going to be there soon, and there's also this pretty waterfall, small waterfall and stream around here as well. Cheat Lake, this way. Here is the river. There's some other people here, and we have to share it with them, and they had to turn their music on. They just had to. Anyway, it's a pretty nice spot. I would highly recommend coming here. The water is cool. Lots of rocks sticking up. There's a lot of yachts and stuff around as well. Anyway, pretty nice spot. We're gonna explore it some more. A little boat coming through. Alright, so here we are. There's a waterfall. The bay's right over there. And it's a very cool spot. Like, the water is just surging over the waterfall. Hopefully there's a better place we can see the bigger waterfall over there. I'm speaking pretty loud. I hope you can hear me because of how loud this is. Alright, so we are coming up on the Rhododendron connector trail here. It was a brutal hike back up the mountain. Very, very, very tiring. My legs hurt, my feet hurt. I imagine yours do too. Anyway, we are going to be back at the cabin area soon as well. And back to the Rattlesnake Trail, and I'm sure that trail has its name for a reason. We saw no snakes on the way down, and let's hope it stays that way. Alright, so here we are at the cabin I was telling you all about, and here is the map. Just a basic overview of the area, nothing much. And here is the cabin. There's a bunch of branches in here. Somebody left a shoe. Anyway. Somebody left their name. I mean, what you expect. It's a public cabin. It's a bunch of stuff here that... Anyway, this is just the cabin I mentioned before. So we just turned onto the Eagle Loop Trail from the Rock City Trail. We took that past a meadow and stuff to get to a cabin. From there, we took the Eagle Loop Trail, and this is going to parallel the road to get us back to the parking area. Alright, so we're coming back up to the trading post in the parking area now. So we looked at the map earlier, and it looked like this Eagle Loop Trail was as long as the Rattlesnake Trail coming up to the parking area. And well, it wasn't. It was like 3 or 4 minutes up here. The Rattlesnake Trail was like a good 20 or 30 minutes. So their scale on the map is clearly off. It was very deceiving. So anyway, this is the end of episode 2 of Bluestone Hiking, and we will see you on another adventure.